Hello and welcome to another 13th reading. That last one was so politico that I decided I'm going to do a love reading for my subscribers. Check in and see specifically what we're flirting with, because it's Libra season and Libra is the big flirt of the zodiac, believe it or not. And I'm talking about not just flirting with other people. I'm talking about flirting with anything, flirting with danger and disaster. They toy with just about anything, like a cat with string. So, yeah, just in a lovey-dovey mood because, you know, I got a little attention from my lovey-dovey fella. And so, so I thought we'd do a collective love reading specifically for all 674 of my subscribers. Thank you for subscribing. Please go ahead and subscribe and join the energy, as it were. What are we flirting with? Ooh, a new job, new work. This is definitely the corporation card, the CEO card. It's that feeling of I need a new job. And you know what? It's a good time in America to be looking for a job. It's an employees market because when unemployment is low, people just can't find good people. I know my company's struggling. So now would be a good time to go. Ooh. There's something to be said for the new. I talked about it in my other 13th reading that one of the messages I got channeled from Spirit was that you have to do something different. You know, Spirit is always like, do something new, do something different, change your patterns in order to change your life. And I was talking to my son, and he straight said that something was unlucky. I guess it's just unlucky. And I told him that's not what it means. That's not how it works. It's not how faith and spirit works, as we all know. So our 10 of Pentacles is on the horizon if we just say, what exactly does that unlucky mean? Our excuses from the past are not, they're not the same. If you weren't able to go to school, back to school 5 years ago, why can't you revisit that question again now? You don't have to close all doors of your life. I was also listening to reading Angelina Jolie's interview on her Maleficent 2 trailer or premiere or whatever. And she said her life is completely changing because now she has teenagers in her life. She doesn't have babies in diapers and, you know, have to sit down and make sure you're dotting your I's and crossing your T's on your homework anymore. It's that change in her life of parenting, why a lot of us in middle age go through so many changes. I'm one of them. I'm 41, lovely age. I love being over 40. I can't tell you how happy I am to be this age and to see my kids becoming adult men. And then the fact that I have, like Angelina Jolie was saying, I have all this sudden time and this remembering my youth, giving recall back to the things I truly love that were youthful and spirited and just going dancing all night. Although I don't know if my 41-year-old body can keep up with my 16-year-old desires and dreams, but those doors are open now. I don't have a reason to sit at home and get the kids to bed by 8:30 at night. I could actually go out and enjoy an evening with my friends or you know. Ooh, Queen of Swords, King of Swords in reverse. This is a true pair that ain't saying anything to each other. Lovey-doveys. What we're flirting with is, we're flirting with somebody. We definitely are. All of us, it seems, because this is, ooh, Spirit. It's too many cards, loves. So this King of Swords and Queen of Swords, it could be double air energy in everybody's, it could be double air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, any combination of those, because there's 2 here. But it is that perfect relationship, that perfect kingdom that could come together, a true pair, a match, a nurturer, a builder, and maybe even vice versa, because remember, gender is as fluid as can be. The cards merely represent energy, not necessarily male or female energy either. So this could be a perfect pair, but nobody's saying anything. It's almost like everyone's still collecting information. Like, I haven't met his mom, or I haven't spent the night at his place, or, she hasn't done some kind of girly thing on me yet, like with my hair or my nails, or she hasn't done my laundry yet. So it's not like we're totally, you know, I have to know, or she hasn't cooked dinner for me. I don't know. Just all those examples that we set up for ourselves, those pathways, those blockages. It's like we're still collecting information. Like, I still need answers to a few of these questions before I can become a true happy couple, a true pair, and really actually say I love you, or say, maybe this is going a little further than we want. Now this 10, now this makes a lot more sense, in that we want to work on a relationship. It's being a love reading. I mean, we want to work on our 10 of Pence. We're starting to think about preparing for old age. We're starting it not just in terms of 401k, but in terms of our partnerships, in terms of who's there for us. I mean, is it really that great if we're all alone? Sometimes. Sometimes it is. Yeah, Knight of Cups in reverse and the World in reverse. Ooh. This is the energy of needing to end a loving relationship that didn't work out. It was just a little too selfish, perhaps on both sides. But with this Knight of Cups in reverse, it was also really pretty immature and almost, it almost never really got off the ground. It's a sense of this represents a relationship that maybe we hung into for the kids. And now, like I said, I keep talking about that middle-aged kind of feeling that, you know, our lives can springboard into all these new things because all these prior responsibilities and connections are kind of falling away, and we have an opportunity to look inside spiritually and physically and emotionally, and we own our own time, and, you know, we've done all our chores and we've rushed to the market, and then we've rushed home, we've cooked dinner, and oh my God, it's like 6:30. What am I going to do with myself? You know, it's that kind of energy as your kids are aging, or you're aging, or you're just really getting on top of your life. And there are things that you've walked away from, things you've parted from. It's not complete yet. There is some kind of incompletion in an old relationship for a lot of us, apparently, in this collective. This King of Cups can be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but really what it is it just needs to end. I'm sorry, it's a Knight of Cups in reverse. But it just never happened. It feels like it was half a romance, it was half-hearted. Half-hearted. I mean, somebody really didn't put the effort in. And when somebody didn't really put the effort in, I know some of you are out there kind of brokenhearted because you're the one that put in all the effort too. And you're going to find that in relationships, which is kind of crazy, is that the other person doesn't think you're trying sometimes, even though you're trying your guts out, because you're not trying for them. And that's why this communication and this new thing we're flirting with is so key, because why not just say it? Why not just speak up? Because this is like a relationship where words were never used. The Knight of Cups is not good with his words. He almost would never say, I love you. And if he does, there's something about it that just seems like, you know, very Hallmark card kind of thing. But this is it could be any energy. It could be any relationship. But the point is, this is a relationship that needs to end. Otherwise, this perfect heir pair in the middle here may not blossom. Your 10 of Cups, your 10 of Pence may not come if, you know. And this is really just a way of looking at relationships in such a physical, like, this guy was here, and now it's a lot of us are moving on. A lot of us came to tarot because they ended long relationships. They ended marriages they thought they had to stay in. It's why I read cards. It's why I learned the Cartomancy, because it was just so confusing to know that you weren't in the right place, even though it may have looked just about perfect. It just wasn't right. And so moving on in some ragged, ugly ways, and some of us did it more gracefully than others. I did not do a graceful dismount for my divorce, not at all. But the point being, we still have that opportunity to correct things, to right things, and to finish things off the way they should be. There's an incompletion here with this World card in reverse. So we need to get to it. We need to continue to find our own inner light, and we need to separate from this actually, sincerely. You know, take care of all the dotted lines and the fine prints. It definitely has that divorce feeling. But it has that, would not be a divorce coming towards you. This would be a divorce that you've been working on for a long time, like 5, 10 years even, or 3 years. Some, you know, a divorce that should have ended like 2 years ago kind of feeling. All right, yep, 10 of Cups in reverse, the Fool, and the Knight of Swords, and the Empress. Ooh, believe it or not, these are good cards. Right now, your 10 of Cups is not happening, and mostly because nobody's speaking up. This is advice from Spirit. Your 10 of Cups isn't happening because nobody's speaking up. Nobody's talking about more firm kind of Empress issues. You know, I remember when I was first dating my ex-husband, one of the first things we did was we started sharing, we put ourselves together on a cell phone plan. And it was just like something so freaking concrete, that so ridiculously ridiculous looking back, but it was just a moment of grounding, fully grounding, putting that Empress energy in. Some of us are really looking for, this isn't Hierophant energy. This is Empress energy. This is just building your own garden, where I would put 1,000,000 roses. Another girl would put sunflowers. So it's that idea of building your own garden. But you need to speak up. So many of us need to speak up about this new beginning that we want, this new adventures that we want, a new 10 of Cups. We're leaving this 10 of Cups that was really kind of empty. And Spirit is saying, yeah, just leave it behind. There's no need to go back. It's so much easier to move forward, no matter how dark and frightening. Look how much lighter these cards get as they go, as you follow the spiritual path, and definitely speak up and enthusiastically take on this new adventure, this new garden, this new space of ours. Wow. Wow, and I do feel it's a bit of a solo. This is like, take care of yourself before either one of you can become the Queen or the King of Swords and really open up your hearts and your voices to each other. You really have to open up yourself in 1,000,000 ways. Build your own garden. Ooh, so beautiful. All right, thank you guys for sharing your energy with me. All my lovely subscribers, thank you for hanging around. I'm definitely a new reader, but I'm definitely learning a lot and just, you know, watching myself. Yikes. Anyways, please like, subscribe, share, comment, tip or donate if the Spirit moves you. Link in the box below, as well as my email if you want to connect with me personally or ask about a personal reading. That's Clovers1111 at gmail.com, and have a great week, my lovelies.